Thanks, everybody. My name is Doug Bernstein. I'm co-founder and CEO of PECA Labs. We are a commercial stage developer of polymeric heart valves and vascular grafts. So we have two core patented material technologies that together form the platform for our suite of 4 disruptive products. And those have a total of about $9 billion of addressable market in the US. All of them are really addressing the same clear unmet need, which is that biologic heart valves and current vascular grafts have insufficient longevity. Our solutions have been largely proven out. We've already received our first FDA and CE Mark clearances, 1,000 human implants of our first device, and highly differentiated solutions. So we're talking about polymeric valve conduits, polymeric valves, non-pharma anti-thrombogenicity and vascular grafts. Really significant market potential when you put all that together. Broad IP coverage. We have 6 issued US patents already, with a number of additional patent applications covering every aspect of our devices. Strong early traction with our first device, which we targeted towards the pediatric cardiac surgery market. 8 of the top pediatric heart surgery centers in the country already use our device, about 20 of the top 30. And between our 4 products, we have a quick path to growth with regulatory milestones for all of our products coming up over the next 18 months, and a top-notch team to bring it there. So this is sort of the way our product suite lays out, right? So we have our 2 core patented technologies. Our expandable graft technology, that allows for pre-implant customization as well as post-implant expansion. And then we have our patented ultra-low thrombosis membrane technology, which provides material that's more clot resistant than heparin bonding on a polymeric material, but is also strong enough and flexible enough to be able to be used as valve leaflets. And together they form our product suite, which goes with our strategy of first targeting niche pediatric markets where we can get quicker market entry, clinical proof, and significant growth, but can also use those technologies to prove out towards the much larger adult markets we can address. So our 4 products are X-Graft, an expandable vascular graft, which is already FDA and CE Mark cleared. And then we use that same conduit, that expandable graft technology, integrate that with a valve to make our MASA valve, our polymeric valved conduit for pulmonary valve reconstruction. Again, in pediatrics, proving out our valve technology. This one's already received its IDE clearance from FDA, actually just a week ago, so we're about to start clinical trials on that. Combine those together. If you use our ultra-low thrombosis material as the luminal surface of a graft, you get our Okapi ultra-low thrombosis vascular graft for peripheral vascular and dialysis access. And finally, because our valve material is able to be applied to any position, we're also developing that into a transcatheter aortic valve for the TAVR market. So this is how it all lays out with our clinical milestones over the next 18 months. So right now, X-Graft already on the market, over 1,000 human implants. Of those, we've already seen successful dilations for neonates and children in about 50, so it's well clinically proven already. MASA valve, our first valve, which is going to be getting to the market, has already received its investigational device exemption clearance from FDA, so that's already able to be going to humans. It's going to start clinical trials in the next couple of months. Our low thrombosis vascular graft, which is going to be the first for the adult market, that's going to be, we're expecting to get that FDA cleared around the beginning of next year, and then our transcatheter valve, looking to get that first in man by the end of 2023. So not too much time here. I'm going to quickly go through a little bit more of our 4 products, but really I encourage anyone who's interested in this type of field to come and talk to me after, because with 4 products in 9 minutes, there's just not that much time. So X-Graft, like I mentioned before, polymeric expandable vascular graft. So targeted first towards the pediatric market, about a $50 million market. It's niche, but has a great need. So this allows for pre-implant customization for complex anatomies, but also critically, post-implant expansion. So if you implant this in a neonate or an infant and they outgrow it, you'd be able to actually go in with a minimally invasive procedure and be able to dilate that, provide growth potential without worrying about any of the uncertainties of tissue engineering or anything like that. That's still years away from the market. So this is on the market now, 1,000+ human implants, already well clinically proven. We take that same conduit, integrate our proprietary polymeric valve technology to form the MASA valve. This is targeted towards the pediatric pulmonary valve reconstruction market. So right now in that market, there's only biologic options available. Those tend to fail very quickly due to immune response, calcification. We can solve those issues with our polymeric valve leaflets, but we can also solve the growth potential issue by using our expandable graft technology. So you get both those benefits in one. So this is about to start clinical trials. About a $100 million market in the US, but one that we expect to be able to capture to a large extent because we can offer such a significant benefit. Using those same polymeric valve leaflets that we're going to prove out in the pediatric market, we can also integrate that into a transcatheter aortic valve setup. That's what we're developing first, but realistically, we could develop that into any valve position. Our polymeric valve leaflets are strong enough and flexible enough to match the hydrodynamics of biologic tissue, but we expect to have much greater longevity because of their bioinertness. And then finally, we have our ultra-low thrombosis vascular graft. So this is where we've taken our proprietary material that we developed for valve leaflets, but it's able to be anti-thrombogenic enough that it actually outperforms heparin bonding on PTFE. So you can see in the picture at the bottom of the screen where we have standard PTFE, heparin bonded PTFE, and then the PECA Okapi graft. Significant difference in the level of thrombosis when you expose those to blood. So when Gore came out with their propatent vascular graft that has the heparin bonding, that quickly took over the market. They sold about 600,000 units in the first 8 years on the market. So really significant market opportunity there if you can show greater antithrombogenicity. We believe we can do that not only in the short term, but also in the long term because our antithrombogenicity is an inherent material property and not a pharmaceutical coating that's going to wear off over time. So this one we're expecting to be FDA cleared by about the beginning of 2023. All these are covered under broad IP, so we have 6 issued patents that cover every aspect of our different technologies, expiries out in the 2030s, worldwide coverage, and more applications on the way. And this all adds up to our sort of stackable revenue projections, right, where we have the X-Graft on the market today that can already get us a good ROI. Add in the MASA valve that's about to be in clinical trials, that just grows from there. Once you add in those adult technologies, that's where we get to about 150 million revenue potential in the next 5 years. So this is how it all lays out, right, with our clinical pathway leading to our fundraising. So X-Graft on the market now, MASA valve, IDE cleared, about to go into clinical trials. This is where we're raising about $3.5 million today. We could close this now. We're really only leaving it open for the next couple of months in case there's any new investors that we want to take in that add significant strategic value. But our current investors have already offered up enough to close this to get us through the Okapi clearance and then getting the IDE clearance for our transcatheter aortic valve by the end of 2023. So second half of 2023 is when we're targeting a Series B about $7 to $10 million right now. And so that would be another opportunity to come in. So at the end of the day, this is who we are, commercial stage developer of polymeric heart valves and vascular grafts. All of these address clear unmet need, proven solutions with highly differentiated technologies that have broad IP coverage, addressing a significant market potential, strong early traction, and a quick path to growth over the next 18 months. So if you're interested and want to learn more, I know not too much time to go through the details of how all this works. So please come and talk to me after. My name is Doug Bernstein, a co-founder and CEO. Thank you.